红豆生南国，春来发几枝。愿君多采撷，此物最相思。Hey guys, welcome to Learn Chinese Now. I am your host, Jared Madsen. And back by popular demand, we have the great Tang Dynasty poet, Wang Wei. Today's poem is 相思. 相 means mutually, 思 means to think about. So it's people thinking about each other. We're thinking about each other. The first two characters of the first line are 红豆. Hong means red, dou means bean. The last three characters of the first line are shēng, nan, guo. Shēng means to give birth or to grow. Nan means south. And guo means country. In this case, nan guo is referring to the southern part of the country or the southern part of China. Hong dou shēng nan guo. The red bean grows in the southern part of the country, in the southern part of China. The next line begins with chūn lai. Chūn means spring, lai means to come. So spring has arrived. Fa ji zhi. Fa means to emit, to send out. Ji is a question word, how many? And zhi means branch. Chun lai fa ji zhi. The spring has come, but how many branches will grow? All right, so we're talking about this red bean, this mysterious red bean. We're not quite sure what it is. And then we think that the spring has come and some branches should grow. So if we look at the first two lines of this poem, it's not only setting the scene with what, the red bean, where, the southern part of China, and when, the springtime, but you also get this great sense of growth, of birth. And that is because if you look at the poem, the two characters right in the middle of these first two lines are shēng and fa. Shēng means to give birth, and fa means to send out. And in this case, it means grow, for the branches to grow. So we're not only setting the scene, we're getting this a little bit of the deeper feelings of the poem here. The third line begins with yuàn,君. Yuàn means to hope. Jun means a gentleman or a noble person. Yuàn君, hope, noble person. Well, basically, it's like how we would say in English, I hope that you, kind sir, right? I hope that you, noble lady, would do something, something. So it's the same in Chinese. So now he's asking us, the viewer, the reader of the poem, he's asking us to do something. The last three characters of that third line are 多采撷. 多 means many, 采 means to pick, and 撷 means to collect. 多采撷. So we often hear in colloquial Chinese, 多吃点, right? 多, many, 吃, eat, 点, little bit. Basically, what somebody is saying to you is, hey, we're at a party, we're having some food. Yeah, have some more. It's an invitation for you to have more. It's the same in this poem. The duo is an invitation for you to go pick and collect more. What are we picking and collecting more of? Well, probably the mysterious red bean that we saw in the first line. So for the last line, the first two characters are 此物. 此 means this, 物 means thing. The last three characters are 最相思. 最 means most, and 相思 is the title of the poem. So 相 means mutual, 思 means to think about, so thinking about each other. 最相思, so this is the 此物最相思. This thing is what makes you think the most about each other. This is what makes you think the most about your friends and your family. So let's try and figure out what this poem means. We have this red bean, and we have thinking about each other. Well, in Chinese, they actually have this red bean called 相思子. So 子 means a seed. 相思, the name of the poem, to be thinking about each other. So there actually is this red bean that's called the thinking about each other seed. So why would it be called this? There's this old story about this couple who had been recently married, but the husband tragically passed away. And the wife goes under this tree, and as she's mourning her husband and thinking about her husband, from the tree grew all of these red beans. And these are called 相思子. It was them thinking about each other, which created these red beans. Now, in English, this bean is called a rosary pea. Rosary, just like a Buddhist monk uses, the beads on a string as he chants scriptures. That is because Wang Wei was a Buddhist, and in Buddhism, traditionally they would use these red beans as they go through and chant their scriptures. So nowadays you'll actually see people with necklaces or bracelets of these beads. Now they sometimes are the actual rosary peas, the actual xiāng, and sometimes it's made of sandalwood and other things like that. But it just represents two things, really. It represents both your support of Buddhism. You're not necessarily a Buddhist, but you're a spiritual person, and it also is something that you can carry with you and you can think about your friends and family. And so sometimes people, they'll have a bracelet and they'll just take it off and they'll kind of do similar as the Buddhist monks do, but instead of chanting scriptures, they're maybe thinking about their friends and family. All right, so that's it for this week. If you feel that you have any deeper understandings of this poem, by all means, please leave those in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next week. 再见.